Niagara. It's a no-brainer.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
Parker's Kitchen's chicken tenders are nearly twice the size of our competitors. They're juicier and crispier and fresher. Better deal, period.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12, first at 4.
A first alert is in effect for Monday and Tuesday. Good afternoon. I'm Zana Halliburton. We're going to send things over to your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton, who's tracking storms. Emily, what do we need to know here at home?
Well, Zana, we have issued that first alert. We just want to give everybody enough time to have an idea of what's going on for us here. Again, Monday and Tuesday, we are tracking a potential tropical system. Has not been formed just yet, but what will be tropical storm Imelda. There we go. Getting that right there. But this is what we're looking at right now. Just north of the Dominican Republic, this is expected to become a named storm again over the next 2 days or so, as it's going to track northward and westward. So something we're going to keep a close eye on here in the CSRA, as there is that potential for us to see some impacts from this system. So still a couple of days away. Make sure you're staying up to date on the forecast. But again, right around the Dominican Republic is where that storm is really starting to kind of get some organization. Here's what we can see, or what we can expect. This is two different models here showing us two different things, but just a little bit off on the timing that they're not agreeing with. Location does look like South Carolina could be seeing some tropical storm, possibly even hurricane impacts. So something we're going to continue to keep track of. I'll have more on what we can expect here at home over the next couple of hours, but I'll have another track on this storm coming up.
Thanks for that, Emily. New this afternoon, police pulling over a school bus in Aiken County on I-20, causing a traffic backup. Authorities say the bus driver was pulled over for a sobriety check. Traffic is back to normal, and authorities say the bus was with a group of other buses when they were told they were concerned about the driver. Police say the bus did not initially stop, but law enforcement followed it until it pulled over. We'll update you once we get more information on the bus situation and that driver. Today, a man is facing a double murder sentence in the 2024 deaths of an Augusta couple. Tony Brooks Horn found guilty in the deaths of 49-year-old William Horn and 52-year-old Carol Horn. Deputies say the two were shot at the Butler Creek Mobile Home Park on Mystic Lane in November. Arrest warrants say Tony, who is William's brother, was arrested on scene. He lived in the home with the couple. Tony is facing 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole on the murder charges, plus 10 years consecutively for the firearm counts. Happening now, the search is on for a man wanted for a shooting in Thompson. The GBI says this man here on your screen, 40-year-old Jimmy Mance, is wanted for the shooting on Bussey Avenue Tuesday morning. Authorities say one person was injured in that shooting. Mance is wanted for 2 counts of aggravated assault in connection to the shooting. Authorities say he may have a bronze Chevy Tahoe and is believed to be armed and dangerous. If you see him, call 911 or the Thompson Police Department. Saturday marks 1 year since Hurricane Helene. 31 people in our area died in this storm. Helene didn't discriminate. We lost mothers and fathers and babies, grandparents, and even first responders. In the months following the storm, your Sydney Hood begins meeting with these. Didn't know it at the time, but when Helene hit almost 1 year ago, more than 1 million homes and businesses across South Carolina were about to lose power. Most of us were in the dark for days, if not weeks. Today, South Carolina utilities are looking back at what they learned from Hurricane Helene, a storm they say was unlike any they had ever experienced here. 3/4 of the state suffered significant damage, and 49 people lost their lives in South Carolina in the deadliest hurricane here in at least 100 years. And because outages were so widespread, crews from as far away as Iowa and Michigan came to South Carolina to help restore power. It's a similar story on the Georgia side. Utilities tell us Helene changed how they prepare and respond to storms in some way, like planning for how they'll lodge and feed their own linemen as they work for weeks straight, and harnessing the power of social media to communicate with customers. Power companies far away from the coast that don't often experience such widespread damage from hurricanes say they now pay closer attention than ever.
It was a challenging storm. It truly was. Mainly because we didn't think we were going to get anything.
We have to prepare every storm
first. I will say with Helene, most of us did not anticipate it was going to be to that extent.
This really wasn't an effort to repair our system, but it was an effort to rebuild it.
One Action Utilities all say what they're not going to take in the wake of Helene is burying all their power lines. They say it's way too expensive and that burying lines isn't a silver bullet to prevent all outages and can even make restoration harder in disasters like floods. This Saturday, the city of Augusta is holding a memorial for 7 of the Hurricane Helene victims from Augusta. This will be at the Heroes Overlook at the Augusta Riverwalk at 10 in the morning. Also this Saturday, Saluda County is hosting a fallen firefighter memorial dedication for 2 firefighters who died during Hurricane Helene. 19-year-old Landon Bodie and Fire Chief Chad Satcher died after a tree fell onto their truck while responding to a call. Firefighter Walter Powell will also be recognized. This will be at the Saluda County Courthouse at 5 p.m. in Saluda. Here at News 12, we will mark the anniversary with a Hurricane Helene special called Hurricane Helene 1 Year Later. It'll air on WRDW tomorrow from 3 to 3:30, Saturday from 7:30 to 8 in the morning, and Monday from 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon. It also will air on WAGT tomorrow from 7:30 to 8 p.m. Take a look here at your screen. Have you seen this missing teenager? Richmond County deputies say 13-year-old Miles Chamber was last seen Tuesday on Moncrief Street in Augusta. That's near Boykin Road. If you see him, call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Check this out. For a 3rd day in a row, black bears have been seen in the CSRA. Today, bears were seen near Warrenville, Gloverville, and Aiken elementary schools. Schools there were in a secure stance for the safety of kids and staff. It comes after a bear was spotted in North Augusta near Exit 5 on I-20 yesterday. And Tuesday night, Richmond County deputies responded to one on Stevens Creek Road at Clawson Road. The Department of Natural Resources says they also had a report come in Monday night about a bear on the Columbia County side of Stevens Creek Road. Coming up in the next half hour, your Gunter Schroeder spoke with a neighbor who lives near a school and saw the bear. Still ahead, it's that time of year again when the flu starts to spread. We're on your side with advice on how you can protect you and your families from getting sick.
And looking at radar right now, we're seeing some activity across the CSRA. We can anticipate showers and thunderstorms throughout the rest of the evening, throughout the day tomorrow. I'll have a check on what we can expect and a look at your tropical outlook coming up.
Time and Tip, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
This is not you.
It's not me.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we're tracking showers and thunderstorms as they are moving across and into the CSRA. Very active just outside of our area north of Macon right now. Seeing some special weather statements. So that potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms possible as we go throughout the rest of our evening. So rain chances are sticking around for us for the rest of the evening. Even into the overnight hours, we could still see a few of those showers sticking around for us. So have that rain gear. If you have any outdoor plans, you're going to want to keep it. This is what we are looking at as we go throughout the day tomorrow for us. Again, we're going to see a few hit or miss showers throughout the area starting off the day. Gonna need your rain gear and just keep it with you as we get into the afternoon. I do think this model might be a little bit on the heavier side of things in terms of intensity of the rainfall that will be moving through. So I don't think it's going to be as heavy as what this is showing, but that potential for some heavy downpours definitely possible throughout the day Friday, really the second half of the day, and that could linger on into our Saturday as well. But the main story, what we're talking about here, is a potential tropical system that's expected to really develop over the next 2 days. Right now, just over the Dominican Republic, you can kind of see it down there. Expected to organize, become a named system, and this is expected to track west and have a little bit of a northern turn to it. So something we're keeping a very close eye on. We've issued a first alert because we want you guys at home to start keeping a close eye on it. So the past couple of days, it's just been something that us here in the Weather Center have been tracking, but now we want you guys at home to just kind of be a little bit more aware of what this system is anticipated to become. Again, a named storm, most likely a tropical tropical storm, possibly even a hurricane, as it's continuing to move west in a little bit of that northern term. You can see here some models have it moving through South Carolina. This will be really late Monday into Tuesday. Here's two different models here to show you really kind of the same path, just a little bit different timing for us. So Monday into Tuesday, that first alert is in effect. We'll talk more about it, and I'll look at your 7-day coming up.
Thanks for that, Emily. Everyone at home just saw my serious face. I always have a serious face when our weather team's talking about first alerts because you really got to pay close attention. Well, fall may mean colorful leaves, hay rides, and pumpkin spice, but it's also the time when flu viruses tend to start spreading, and health officials say now is the time to start protecting yourself and loved ones. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on what to expect for the upcoming flu season.
It's almost that time of year again. Fall signals the start of flu season, which typically starts in October with peaks between December and February.
We're expecting this year to be moderate, but last year was severe. We had more illnesses, more hospitalizations, and more preventable deaths of children.
Dr. Sarah Nozel with the American Academy of Family Physicians says the best protection is to get the flu shot as soon as it's available to you, before the season gets into full swing. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older, with rare exception, to receive the vaccine, which is trivalent this season, meaning it protects against 3 strains of the influenza virus. Nozel says vaccination can help protect against severe disease.
Your body's ready to take on that fight. So instead of ending up in the hospital with pneumonia, you might have a runny nose for a few days, and you will be much less contagious.
For the first time this flu season, there's also an at-home flu vaccine available in 34 states. Flu Mist is a nasal spray approved for non-pregnant people between the ages of 2 and 49. Nozel says to talk to a doctor to make sure you're eligible to receive it.
You really need to check in if you have any of the medical conditions that would make it not safe to be given. It's for healthy young people.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Nossel says that even if you're not at high risk for getting severely sick from flu, getting a flu shot can help create a community of immunity, which protects those who are more vulnerable, like seniors, those who are pregnant, and young children.
Well, looking at
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
This is JTV. This is JTV, and this is JTV. Shop JTV Jewelry Television at JTV.com for amazing jewelry looks at unbelievable prices. Every style, every color, everything you love about jewelry. This is JTV.
Well, taking a look at the radar right now, seeing a few showers moving through Byrd County. Most of us are doing okay at the moment. Aiken County has a few popping up, but just off to our west, some heavy downpours impacting portions really north of Macon and in between Atlanta. That's going to be tracking into our area here over the next couple of hours. So if you have any evening plans, have the rain gear with you. If you have any outdoor plans, maybe go ahead and start thinking of a backup. Tomorrow, not going to look much different for us. Starting off the day dry, but once we go through the afternoon and evening, that's when we can anticipate seeing a few of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms for our area. So be prepared for a potentially wet Friday night football forecast for you. We'll be in the 80s, though. Starting tomorrow, cruising in the 80s for the next couple of days. First alert is in effect for Monday and Tuesday. We're tracking a potential tropical system. Have more updates on that coming up.
Thanks, Emily. On today's Grant Me Hope, we introduce...
Well, Zaina, we're keeping an eye on the tropics as we go into our Monday and Tuesday. First alert is in effect. I'll have more details on what we can expect coming up.
First Alert Weather, where accuracy matters, keeping you alert during severe weather and helping you plan your day. We put our money where our forecast is. Each weekday, our forecasted high is within 3 degrees of the actual high. A local charity gets money in the bank. By being 100% accurate for a full month, over $1,000 went to a single charity. No other Augusta station is on your side the way we are, keeping you ready for anything and putting our accuracy to work.
The First Alert Weather 3-degree guarantee. sponsored by Top Doctor.
Your hometown store believes in comfort.
Dash.com or scan the QR code.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Control is everything.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Tomorrow is Oktoberfest at Fort Gordon. There will be games, door prizes, and a food truck. This will be at the Heroes Bar inside 5-Star Lanes from 4 to 10 p.m. And might be a little bit wet out there, but it's going to be hit or miss showers for us tomorrow, kind of similar to what we're seeing right now. A few hit or miss showers, but if you take a look at what we're seeing over just north of Macon, that's moving into the CSRA, so we can anticipate seeing some rainfall sticking around for the next couple of hours, even into the overnight. We could see a few hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. So if you have any evening plans, just have the rain gear with you. You're definitely going to be happy that you brought it, because again, it is going to be very hit or miss. Big story though, first alert issued for Monday and Tuesday. Your tropical outlook, we have a potential tropical system that's expected to really organize and form over the next 48 hours or so, and that could bring impacts to us here on the East Coast. We're keeping a close eye. Models have it moving into South Carolina late Monday into Tuesday, so we'll keep a close eye on this. I'll have more updates coming up, so stick with us.
It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina Legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
First Alert Weather, where accuracy matters, keeping you alert during severe weather and helping you plan your day. We put our money where our forecast is. Each weekday, our forecasted high is within 3 degrees of the actual high. A local charity gets money in the bank. By being 100% accurate for a full month, over $1,000 went to a single charity. No other Augusta station is on your side the way we are, keeping you ready for anything and putting our accuracy to work.
The First Alert Weather 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by Top Doctor.
Create your perfect room for
You're watching News 12, First at 4. Continues.
A first alert is in effect for Monday and Tuesday as your First Alert weather team tracks the possibility of a tropical system. Good afternoon, I'm Zaina Halliburton. We're going to send things right over to your First Alert meteorologist, Emily Acton, with what we need to know, Emily.
Yeah, Zaina, we have issued that first alert. We just want everybody to kind of have this on their mind as we go throughout the next couple of days. We'll be updating the forecast, but we do have a tropical system that's potentially going to form into a tropical storm and possibly even a hurricane, and has that potential, again, that track to impact us here in the CSRA. So as of right now, it's not even a named system. It's not organized well enough, but once it does, we'll have a little bit more clarity on where this path will be. But as of right now, it's really over the Dominican Republic, and it's expected to move a little bit more west and north, but you can see that's getting pretty close to the East Coast, and a few models have it moving inland to us here in South Carolina, so that could impact a good portion of us here in the CSRA. As of right now, just something we're continuing to keep an eye on. Want you guys at home to keep an eye on. Intensity and the exact path of that will probably be determined a little bit closer to time, but as of right now, we're just tracking that potential for that storm. So that's why we have issued that first alert. Want you guys to know first. I'll have an update on what we can expect here locally coming up.
Breaking news within the last hour, we're learning an elementary driver was pulled over for a sobriety check on I-20. North Augusta Public Safety, Aiken County, and the South Carolina Highway Patrol all involved earlier this afternoon, which slowed traffic down on the interstate briefly. Your Cindy Hood is live in our newsroom as we work to get more information.
We do not know how many kids were involved, but we can say we haven't heard about any children harmed. In a letter to parents, Meriwether Elementary says an incident took place during a second grade field trip today. They say a concern regarding the bus driver was reported and the driver was arrested. The school says they arranged for a new school bus to return students that were on the field trip safely to the school. Again, this is all coming into our newsroom just within the last hour, so we still have a lot of questions we are asking on our end.
Thank you, Sydney, for following that for us, something we'll continue to update people on. This afternoon, deputies are increasing security ahead of tomorrow night's football games. It comes after a string of violence with 2 shootings hours apart among young people. The first at the Augusta Mall Tuesday afternoon, 17-year-old Devon McLean died there. 16-year-old Tyreek Logan was arrested in connection to McLean's death. Just hours later, an apparent retaliation shooting at a home on Druid Park Avenue. The Augusta Mall victim's brother, 14-year-old Tyentrez Freeman, and 15-year-old Rydeek Bailey were arrested. And Will, you actually were at the press conference yesterday with the sheriff as he addressed both of these shootings, and he did talk a little bit about some concerns regarding safety at football games.
Yeah, that's right. We already saw one retaliation shooting as a result of that shooting at the Augusta Mall. We know the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is meeting with the Board of Education Police today to ensure that there are no incidents tomorrow at a lot of those football games. Now, the Sheriff's Office says they're offering up additional resources to the school board so that they can enhance security at our local high school football games. Now, while they didn't say what those security enhancements will be, we know in the past the school district started using metal detectors and wands on people coming through the gates. We also know they will likely place more officers in and outside the stadium. Just last year, they told us they strive to have a minimum of 6 officers per game. Sheriff Brantley spoke about the concerns people may have if they're heading out to some games.
Well, I've been to a few of the football games, and there seem to be a lot of unsupervised kids just kind of running around at the game, causing disturbances and commotion. So I would like for the adults of the kids who are going to be at these games, so if you're going to allow your kids to attend the game, you know, it would be responsible as adults to attend the game with your kids. That would be, you know, what I would like to see.
And not just drop them off.
Right, yes, sir.
Something we've heard time and time again from Sheriff Eugene Brantley is he wants the parents to step up and be more involved in these kinds of situations too. Also, if you're headed out to a lot of those game, book bags are banned inside the stadiums, and they'll likely be screening people as they walk through the gates to a lot of those games tomorrow, Zainab.
Well, it's good reminders, and we know safety is just on top of everyone's mind regarding with these recent shootings we had. We can only hope that we can enjoy football games in peace, right? And parents, enjoy it with your kids too. It's always a good family environment.
Hopefully it's safe out there this weekend.
Thanks, Will. New today, a district attorney from Houston County is overseeing the investigation. Take a look here at your screen. Richmond County deputies say this man, Tavarius Douse, is wanted for an aggravated assault. Deputies say it happened in May on Anthony Dewan Parkway off Windsor Spring Road. Authorities say he is considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information on him, be sure to call the sheriff's office. Happening now, a public hearing at the Augusta Municipal Building on a possible hotel coming to Broad Street in Augusta. Here's video of the outside of the building where a note is posted confirming demolition and reconstruction of the hotel. If approved, it would go next to Augusta Candle Company and right across from the Garden City Social Club. For a 4th day in a row, another bear sighting in the CSRA, this time near 3 elementary schools. Today, a bear was seen near Warrenville, Gloverville, and Aiken elementary schools. Your Gunter Schroeder spoke with neighbors who saw the bear today.
As Gloverville parents got ready to take their kids to school Thursday, neighborhood word got around of another wild surprise.
She told me it was on Hillvale. Well, that's just 2 streets down, you know. So it was kind of exciting, but yet kind of scary, knowing there's a black bear in the neighborhood.
CSRA black bear sightings continued Thursday, this time in neighborhoods in Warrenville and Gloverville, something even one neighbor who moved in 55 years ago has never seen.
Maybe in the northern part of the state, you know, closer to North Carolina, or maybe in the part of the Savannah River plant that isn't developed. You know, there's all kinds of stuff out there that we don't know about, and I'm just as happy not to know about. but a bear in this neighborhood was quite shocking.
Neighbors also told me while rapid development along the Aiken corridor has relocated plenty of people, they think the construction may be relocating bears too.
And if we keep deforesting everywhere for new developments, there's going to be more and more incidents like this, especially out towards Graniteville and I-20, because that's been for years undeveloped land, and now there's housing developments all over the place.
In Gloverville, Gunter Schroeder, on your side.
It's just not something you see every day, and here we are now seeing it again, fourth day in a row. Aiken County Schools implemented protocols this morning for Gloverville, Warrenville, and Aiken Elementary Schools with all doors locked and limited entry as a precaution. Gloverville Elementary returned to normal at midday today. This afternoon, millions of dollars will soon help victims of crimes in the Palmetto State. South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson says more than $26 million will go towards survivors of domestic violence, human trafficking, assault, and more. They will go to different state and local agencies. Some include the Child Advocacy Center of Aiken County, Helping Hands, and the Edgefield County Sheriff's Office.
If you don't raise the money, you cut things in other areas, you know. So, yeah, this money is super beneficial. We really depend on it every year. It helps the work that we do, so we're grateful. They're our future, right? Kids are our future. So giving them the tools and the stuff that they need to overcome what they've experienced is the greatest gift.
Wilson says 88% of the grant money comes from federal grants. The rest comes from state funds. This Saturday marks 1 year since Hurricane Helene. In McCormick County, there will be a day of remembering anniversary. At 10 in the morning, there will be a proclamation declaring the day as McCormick Strong Day. There then will be local shopping resources and more at 11. And tonight in Wadley, there will be a Stronger Than the Storm community event. This will be at 6:30 on West College Avenue. This Saturday, there will be a Hope After Helene Community Resource Day and Family Festival. There will be a drive-through resource distribution with opportunities for you to connect with services from local churches and nonprofits. This will be at the Cross Creek High School, Glen Hills Middle School, Grovetown High School, and Martinez Elementary Schools, all from 8 to 11 in the morning. Here at News 12, we will mark the anniversary with a Hurricane Helene special called Hurricane Helene 1 Year Later. It'll air on WRDW tomorrow from 3 to 3:30, Saturday from 7:30 to 8 p.m., and Monday from 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon. It also will air on WAGT tomorrow from 7:30 to 8 p.m. Riley's taking us fishing again. This week, we're going to see what he catches with an old friend at a private pond.
And we have a first alert in effect for Monday and Tuesday. We're keeping an eye on the tropics as a tropical system is anticipated to form. We'll have more updates on what we can expect here locally coming up.
This is Eamon Hopkins with the